So after learning about the theorems, children, let us look at a few example problems, like what type of questions you can expect from this concepts what we have studied. We will see. So first example problem what I have considered is like show that each angle of a rectangle is 90 degree. I already said you the properties of each quadrilateral what you have learnt is very important, as well as the statements of the theorems what we discussed is also very important in order to solve the problems. So now they are asking us to show each angle of a rectangle is 90 degree. For that, let me draw a rectangle A, B, C, D. I will label it as A, B, C, D is a rectangle now. And we already studied the properties of rectangle now, children. It states that the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal and the measure of each angle is 90 degrees. So what we will do is, for time being, let us consider that angle A is 90 degree. So we can write that from the properties of a rectangle, we can say that angle A is equal to 90 degree. But if we just say angle A is 90 degree, that is not enough. What they are asking us to prove, each angle is equal to 90 degree. So we need to prove that angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degree. Means angle B, angle C, angle D, all the angles are equal to 90 degree. We need to prove, children. For that, what we are doing is, we have considered angle A to be equal to 90 degree. How? Based on the property of the rectangle. Next, what we shall do is, we need to prove BCD is 90 degrees. So what we'll do is, children, we know opposite sides are equal. Let me draw the opposite side. Hope you can see this part of the board. What I will do is, now I will simply rotate this rectangle a little. Andre higiro rectangle na hig baritini. So when I do so, what it will become is DA BC. ABCD, my rectangle now became DABC. So the sides AD and BC are now parallel to each other. AD is parallel to BC. This symbol is parallel symbol. You all know that. And if at all we consider other two sides are remaining. CD and AB are remaining. No, what we should do is, we will consider for these two parallel lines. What I will do for our convenience is simply extend those parallel lines. When I extend those parallel sides which I have considered, these two lines act as the transversal for the parallel line. We have studied about this in Euclid's postulates, lines and angles lesson, about the concept of transversal, children. So if I extend these sides, no problem, time being you extend. What will happen is, I will consider this side, not this as the transversal. Why, children? Think logically. It is because I know one of the angle, that is angle A. So I want to be on safer side when I solve. So I will not consider this side CD as the transversal for these two parallel lines. Instead I will consider side AB. So side AB acts as the transversal. Means itara you imagine. Two sides of the rectangle is there. One of the sides higide. So this is angle A and this is angle B, children. Now I know angle A is 90 degree. This angle A I know which is equal to 90 degree. So if at all we consider the two sides of the rectangle as the parallel sides and one of the side AB as the transversal to those parallel lines, then you have studied the co-interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. Supplementary means 180 degree. So I can write from that, therefore Angle A plus angle B is 180 degree. Is it not? I can write it. I will rewrite for you. So, angle A plus angle B is 180 degree. How? Because they are the co-interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Same side of the transversal. So, angle A plus angle B is 180 degree. I know what is angle A. How much, children? It is 90 degree. So, 90 degree plus angle B is 180 degree means what is angle B? It is clearly 180 degree minus 90 degree, isn't it? Angle B is 180 plus 90 akade hodre minus 90. So clearly we got angle B as 180 minus 90 andre 90 degree bantu. That's all. So we proved angle A is 90 degree anta aitu. Angle B 90 degree anta aitu. What are the remaining angles? Angle C and angle D are also now equal to 180 degree anta we should prove. How shall we do? What we shall do is, children, which are the opposite angles? Angle A equals angle C and angle B is equal to angle D anta baritini. Do you agree with me? I wrote angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. So it is because, recall the properties, opposite sides, angles of a parallelogram are equal. All the angles of a parallelogram are equal. Based on that concept, we can say that opposite angles are equal. So, we already know what is angle A. What is the angle opposite to angle A? Angle C means both angle A and angle C are equal to 90 degree. We proved just now angle B is 90 degree and angle B is equal to angle D, and both angle B and angle D are equal to 90 degree, children. So, we also proved that angle C and angle D are equal to 90 degree, and hence the proof. So that is how you prove that each angle of a rectangle measures 90 degree. Like this, if you know the properties, you can easily solve the problem. This is very easy chapter, children. So I will show you one more easy example, that is on rhombus. What it says is, show that we studied one of the property of rhombus. That is, all the sides are equal one. One more important is the diagonals of the rhombus bisect perpendicularly. Andre, you know how the rhombus will be. A rhombus, if you draw the diagonals, children, the diagonals are bisecting perpendicularly means what its angle should be equal to. Andre, what is the intersecting angle of both the diagonals should be equal to? Obviously 90 degree, isn't it? It should be equal to 90 degree. How do you prove that? Example 2 is, show that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect perpendicularly. Bisect perpendicularly, and children, I will repeat, you should show that they make 90 degree when they perpendicularly bisect perpendicularly. SECT. Hope you can understand it. This is the rhombus. Sarina. Why ABCD always? Other letters as well in alphabets. I will take as PQRS. You want to choose any other? Yes, of course you can. Now PQRS is a rhombus. We need to prove the diagonals drawn. This is one diagonal by joining SQ, by joining vertex CD, one more diagonal. Two diagonals are there in the rhombus, and those two diagonals are intersecting at point O, you say. We need to prove that this angle is 90 degree. So when you prove that angle is 90 degree, in other words, you mean to say that the diagonals bisect perpendicularly, children. How do you prove is the next question. So we know that in rhombus PQRS, PQ equals QR equals PQ QR RS. RS equals SP. Why? All the four sides of a rhombus are equal. That reason you can give here. All the four sides of a rhombus are equal, and hence we say that PQ equals QR equals RS equals SP. Next, what we should do is, just now we studied, no children, a diagonal drawn to a quadrilateral will divide the quadrilateral into two triangles. Similarly, here in rhombus, when I draw the two diagonals, I am getting four triangles, isn't it? The two diagonals drawn will give me four small triangles. I have labeled which are the triangle 1, 2, 3 and 4 are the four triangles which we obtained by drawing the two diagonals to the rhombus PQRS. Among those four children, I will consider any two triangles. Even you can consider any two triangles of your choice. So, those two triangles I will consider. Which shall I consider? I will consider triangle 1 and 3. That is triangle. This intersection point I have labeled as O. So, POS is one triangle. And the immediate triangle, whichever you want you can take. I will take POQ, triangle POQ if I consider. In these two triangles, children, for these two triangles, OP is the common side. Agree? OP is the common side. In these two triangles, in triangle POS and triangle POQ, side, look at the figure please, side PS is equal to side PQ. I will write PS is equal to PQ. Why? All the sides of rhombus are equal based on that property. What are side PS and PQ? They are nothing but the sides of the rhombus. So they are equal from saying the properties of the rhombus. PS, PQ equal anta prove madde. So one side I proved they are equal. Next, OP is equal to OP. Why? Because it is the common side for both the triangles. OP becomes the common side for both the triangles. Now, the remaining two sides are OS and OQ. Children, hope you all are understanding. These two triangles I took. I will redraw it for you if it is confusing. Here, these two triangles, only half of the rhombus I have considered, that is these two triangles. Idu diagonals intersection O anta tagondidini. This is Q, this is S and this is our P. Now, for time being I will erase this R. Now, in these two triangles, children, side PS is equal to PQ. These two sides are equal, I proved. Why? Because those are the sides of the rhombus and all the sides of the rhombus are equal anta namge ಗೊತ್ತು. And side OP equals OP. Why? Because it is the common side for both the triangles, so it is equal. Which is the remaining side? OS and OQ are the remaining two sides of the two triangles I have chosen. I wrote equal sign in between. How can I write? Of course I can write. Why? Because I know one more property of the rhombus, that is the diagonals bisect perpendicularly from that point, children. If it is bisecting each other, means this distance will be equal to this distance. So to understand this, just recall the constructions what you have done. If diagonal is given, if you draw the angular bisector, it exactly gives the midpoint. Means these two sides will be equal anta artha. So OS is equal to OQ anta I wrote. When I do so, I have proved that among these two triangles 1 and 2, all the three sides are equal. So, these three sides equal andre, I can write triangle POS is congruent to triangle POQ. How? By SSS congruency. You know, side congruency. If the three sides of a triangle is equal to the corresponding three sides of the second triangle, then the two triangles are said to be congruent according to SSS congruency. Alva, you have learnt in triangle previous lesson. So that I am applying here, children. I have proved all the three sides are equal. So from SSS congruency, what I say is these two triangles are congruent to each other anta prove madde. If I prove they are congruent to each other, then those two angles are equal. Andre yav two angles? E two angles equal I2. Which are those angle? Angle O, children. Angle POS is equal to angle QO, angle POS and angle QOP are equal, and of course they are equal to 90 degree anta we proved. Similarly, if you consider this half of the rhombus, that is these two triangles 2 and 4, and apply the same steps, obviously you arrive again this point at this point, and again you prove that this was R. Angle ROS and angle ROQ are again 90 degree. Angle ROS is equal to angle ROQ, which is equal to 90 degree, children. Hence we proved angle O is 90 degree. Andre, in other words, we are saying that the diagonals bisect perpendicularly. So they are making 90 degree anta artha. That's all. Like this, see, any mathematics I have used? No. Any formula I applied? No. Only properties of types of quadrilaterals, children. So please go through the properties. It is very important. So this is about one more example problem. With this background, children, we shall start with the first exercise of this lesson. So children, just now I explained you the example problem 2, that is to show that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect perpendicularly. In the video it has come out little blur, or it is dark kind of. So what I did is, so just go through it once again. That is what I have done. I will explain to you soon. I have considered the rhombus PQRS by drawing two diagonals. The rhombus has been divided into 4 triangles. So among that, 2 triangles I will consider, and that is separate figure I have drawn. And these 2 triangles are congruent, I proved. How? By taking these PS side, PS is equal to PQ I took first, and I said those 2 sides are equal. How? Because those 2 becomes the sides of the rhombus, and we know from property all the sides of the rhombus are equal. And among these 2 triangles, children, side OP is common side for both the triangles. So OP equals, OP is the second side which I am proving it as equal. Why? Reason I have written as the common side. Similarly, as we know from the property of a rhombus that the diagonals bisect each other, we can say that this line QS is nothing but the diagonal. It's not diagonal line, diagonal is QS, which is obtained by joining the 2 non-adjacent vertices, that is Q and S. So this diagonal is equal, bisecting means this O is the midpoint, intersecting point in the OS, and OQ will be equal. So OS is equal to OQ, that is the third side I am proving it as equal, telling that the diagonals bisect perpendicularly. Hence I proved these 2 triangles are congruent to each other by using SSS congruency. Why SSS? 3 sides are equal, I proved. Therefore, I can write angle POS and angle QOS is equal to 90 degree. And angle R, similarly the second half if we consider, now these 2 triangles I considered, remaining are these 2 triangles. Those 2 triangles if I consider and prove it in the same way also, what I get is angle ROS and angle ROQ are also equal to 90 degrees. Similarly, these 2 angles are also equal to 90 degrees, we get, children. Thus we prove that the diagonals bisect perpendicularly by showing that angle O is clearly 90 degree. That's all, children. So this is about example problem. and we shall be starting with the exercise in the next session. In your classwork, what I want you to do is, first in the new page, write the heading quadrilaterals, write the definition and draw the figure. Many pictures are given in your textbook. You can draw any one of your choice. Draw a quadrilateral. Write the definition which I said. As next you write the properties of the quadrilateral, and I wrote what are properties I wrote, that should be written after the figure. After the types of quadrilaterals heading baritira, then you will write, explain the types which all I wrote: rhombus, kite, parallelogram, trapezium, square, rectangle, everything you will write it. And next you will solve the angle sum property proof, important. You just go through these two example problems, it's enough. And start with the exercise which I will be solving in the next session.